It reads, in any parallelogram ABCD, it is always true that the measures of angle ABC and BCD, and then we have the options here, either the supplementary, complementary, are each greater than 90, are each 90 degrees, or are each less than 90 degrees. All right, so to get us started, let's take a look at a real quick review of our properties of parallelograms. Okay, so let's just sketch a parallelogram ABC, and then we're going to review what the properties of parallelograms are. Okay, so we have parallelogram A, B, C, D. So these are the properties that you really want to remember before you take the ACT. Okay, so you have to remember the following. We call properties of parallelograms. So the first one you want to remember is that opposite angles are congruent. Okay, opposite angles are congruent, and that's the notation for congruency from geometry. Alrighty, and then you also have to remember that adjacent angles, basically angles that are next to each other, adjacent angles are supplementary. Okay, what does supplementary mean? It means it adds to 180 degrees. All right, and then lastly, you want to recall that opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel and congruent. All right, opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Okay, now just to help you see that adjacent angles are supplementary, let's take a look at this parallelogram for a second. We're going to make some adjustments here. If I extend this line right here, what we have is, since opposite sides are parallel, we have two parallel lines. Let me redraw that. We have a parallel line here, this line, and this line. These two lines are parallel. So you have a parallel line, two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Okay, so the line segment containing BC is a transversal. Now, if you have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, do you remember what these angles are called? These are corresponding angles. Okay, so these angles are corresponding angles. Now, since these two angles are corresponding, they are congruent. If you have parallel lines cut by a transversal, corresponding angles are congruent. Now, this angle right here is supplementary to this angle right here. These two angles add up to 180. But since this angle is congruent to that angle and is supplementary to this angle right here, ABC, it automatically follows that ABC is also supplementary to BCD. That shows that adjacent angles of a parallelogram, basically angles that are next to each other, always add up to 180 or are supplementary. Okay, so that's just a side point that you want to keep in mind for the ACT. All right, so now let's take a look at the options that we have here and see which one is correct. In this problem, we're looking at angle ABC, and angle BCD, All right, how will we compare these two angles? These two angles are adjacent angles. And what did we say in number 2 of the properties of parallelograms? We established that adjacent angles are supplementary. Okay, so angle ABC and angle BCD are adjacent. All right, and then we also know that adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary or add up to 180. So that automatically follows that the measure of angle ABC plus the measure of angle BCD is what? Is 180 degrees, since they're supplementary. Okay, So we can clearly see that the correct answer to question number 6 is option. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. Really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your preparation for the ACTs, do give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. If you have any questions, comments, or special requests that will help you do well on the ACT, just place your questions in the comment section below and we'll be more than glad to respond. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We upload videos to our page on a weekly basis, so subscribe so you can get notification of future updates. If you'd like to gain access to a wide variety of support resources to help you pass the ACT, do visit our website at mathgotserved.com. Also take a look at the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.